In this video clip, we are going to score new data with our winning model. So let me switch to the model we have. And in order to score new data, we should bring in new data um, for which we will create scores. Um, so what I mean by scores is the exact probability of donation, or in this case, responding to an offer um, for each individual in the score data set. And we will also see the suggested decision for with respect to each individual, whether the company should solicit or ignore. So first up, let us bring in the new data source, which we will score. So we'll go to the next step and make sure you download that data set named score PVA 97NK. And as long as it is in the right position, the directory, you should be able to see it from here. And then we have 96,367 observations in this data set, and we are not making any changes. So the same, set of inputs we have, and then the only thing you have to make changes for is change is role of the data from raw to score, and that's it. So once it is done, so we just brought in a new data source which will score. So in order to execute score tasks, we have to use a tool named score, which is right under assess. So here's a score. So I'm placing score tool right next to model comparison, meaning that by drawing an arrow out of model comparison to score is that I am going to use the winning model, which we just found, which turned out to be an ensemble model, to generate scores. So that's the logic behind this. And we have to also drag the new data source, the score PVA 97NK. That should also be connected to score. So we are using this winning model and this new data source to execute scoring tasks. So that's pretty simple, I think. And let's run this. So this time around, hopefully it will complete shortly. So the new data source, score data, is just being activated, and soon the score tool itself will be in green color. All right. Uh-oh. Looks like, yeah, this has been also activated. Finally, yes, we are generating scores. right, so finally it's done. So the output variables window, it lists up the new inputs which created as a result of scoring process. So we have exact decision, exact probabilities. So to see what happened to the data set itself, let's look at the data. So select score, and I'm gonna select exported data out of this score tool, and I'm going to select, once score dialog box appears, I am going to select score, the row named score, takes some time. Here's a score, and explore this. All right, and if I maximize the data set, I scroll to the right, we do have from, see if I expand a little bit. So this is probability. Level 1 is basically indicates the primary class, the person donating in response to the solicitation, and the exact probability of a response for each individual. So this column captures those aspects. And the recommended decision, 1 indicates the solicitation, 0 ignore. So whenever the response rate is high, but given the fact that the baseline rate, response rate is only 5%, even if it's sort of only like 4, 5, or 9%, for some cases we do see the recommended decision of solicitation, and whether it is even much lower than the 6 or 9%, let's say, if it is only 4%, then our recommended decision becomes a to ignore. So that's how we, these are all sort of individual level recommended decisions across all individuals, which were stored in the score data set. All right, so with that, let us export this recommended decisions and exact probabilities into CSV format. So to do that, I am going to drag a node named save data, and I am going to connect score node to save data node. And then within here, I'm going to give a prefix, let's say predictions, and then the file format, let me change it to CSV, comma separated values. And with that, I am going to run this. So it looks like it's sort of checking all the preceding nodes, so which will slow the process a little bit. Hopefully it will end shortly, but it's still there. Control point, ensemble, order comparison, score, and finally we are saving, exporting the scored information, the predictions and decisions, exporting that out as a CSV file format. By the way, this is the last video clip. So, but that basically concludes the entire journey from the PVA 97NK, and then we are wrapping it up with save data node. So seems like it's just finished. So let's take a look at the results. The only thing I'm interested in is, the exact location where the CSV file was saved. The third one. So it is, in my case, under my SAS files, and CSI demo workspaces. So let me sort of minimize a little bit. And exit this. So under H, my documents, and CS demo and workspaces, and then EM save, and predictions, right? Prefix predictions. So this is the one which I just exported. It contains all the information you saw from the Excel sheet a moment ago. So that's all I have for this tutorial session. Hope you enjoy it. Hope some of them are useful for your future work and for current works. So it was a fun journey. So thanks for watching.